So I get asked this a lot. What are the changes you want to see for Terry in season 3? What would make him more viable in people's eyes? So personally, I already think the character is really good. But yes, there is some things I want to see in season 3. We'll get through the system mechanics at a later video. But first, let me just talk about my boy. I'm JabhiM, 4-time Red Bull Hit the Streets champion, 3-time Capcom Cup qualifier. Now, before we get into changes for Terry, and I don't really have that many, to be honest, I don't have that many changes because I also, at the end of the day, I'm also trying to be a bit more reasonable. But before we even get into the changes, I want to talk about stuff that I don't want to see changed. People want this to be a 7 frame because right now it's an 8 frame. The crouch medium kick, they want it to be a 7 frame. The reason for that is that if it's a 7 frame, this would link. So stand medium kick on counter hit is 7 frame. I mean, it's +7 on hit. Now it would link to crouch medium kick if the crouch medium kick was a 7 frame. However, the reason I don't want this change is because the range for this is going to be shortened. You can't keep the range for it the same. Terry has the longest crouch medium kick in the game, so the range for that will be shortened, and I think that would be bad for Terry. And why is that? Because of this. Look at where I'm hitting Chun-Li from. You can literally just clip her from almost everywhere, anywhere. As long as this thing hits. You see, my bad. It's only at the tip where it doesn't link. But for most ranges, it will link. Now, also, if you shimmy someone and you punish your crouch medium kick with my crouch medium punch, you can get the crouch medium kick to link because on punish counter, crouch medium punch is a +9. You see, so I don't want that to change because I think that's a very big part of Terry's game. Of Terry's gameplay. I guess depending on how you play, but for me, that's very big. However, if we talk about changes, a big change I would like is this to be on hit to be +5. Right now it's +4 on +4 on hit. I want it to be +5. The reason why I want it to be +5, so you can do that. I mean, Ken can do it, Akuma can do it. Why can't Terry do it? And if he can, then I mean, this is pretty good for me. And you see, I would like that to be +5 on hit. It won't. I mean, they can still jab this because this is not a true string or whatever you want to call it. But for me, on hits, can I at least get the +5? My second change will be stand medium punch, give it more range. Because if you're not going to give it more range, at least give it more hit stun. Because right now it's only +1 on hit. So even on counter hit, there's nothing I can do. I assume they wanted this to be a poke, and so that you'll be able to threaten with this. Because that, given drive rush, you have you get Oki from that, and you can threaten with a lot of things. So I assume that's probably why, but I don't see the reason why this is +1 on hit, because it also doesn't link into this target combo, our favorite one. You have to use drive rush, or it has to be. It only links on counter hit going up, But on regular hit, you can't do this target combo on regular hit. This one you can, however, this one on block it's hella minus, So I don't see the need of using this button if I'm being honest. And why would I use the button if I got this as +5 on regular hit? You see, so I don't know, but I would like to get more range so I can at least whiff punish a lot better. Use that one to whiff punish, because 7 frame startup is better than a 9 frame startup or 8 frame startup. Just give it more range so I can at least play footies a lot better using this button. If not, at least this should be regular hit then. I kind of think that would make him a bit busted, But anywho, the third change for me, sweep is so useless. Like there's no Terry player that uses this seriously. You know, why use this when you have this? You know, either this needs to be shorter. Let's look at Chan Li's sweep. Chan Li's sweep is a 9 frame. You see, Ken is 8 frame. Terry's is 11 frame startup. So you gotta reduce the frame. Make it a 9 frame. Let me at least see it as an option to whiff punish. You know, but right now, I mean, this thing is pointless. You know, I don't see like this is probably a button no Terry player ever uses. But yeah, that's my change. Make it at least a 9 frame. You don't have to make it ridiculous like 8 like Chicken's one, which is fucking 8 frames. I don't know why. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. And here's now my last change. This one's a big one for me. This, this, and this cannot do the same thing. Cannot have the same effect on punish counter. One of them should leave the opponent standing, so I can do this and link into something, a button, you know. But all of them can't just knock down, you know, because even on counter hit, like, okay, this one leaves standing, but I can't combo off it. This one knocks down, knocks down, knocks down, you know. I mean, okay, let's say knockdown. Can I not have one that leaves them standing? Because I mean, the one that does leave the character standing, I can't do anything besides get it's +3 on hit, so I don't get much of a combo there. You know, I mean, okay, let's make it counter hit and crouching. Still +3. You know, wow. Manon's because Manon's ones are overhead. The properties change, and Manon gets her overhead on punch counter is +7, and she can link with stand medium punch. On counter hit, I think it's like no, the EX version on regular hit is a 6 to 7 frame access +6 or +7, but she can link into a level 2. Now Terry, why would I not do anything? Why would I use that if my opponent is not in burnout? You see, those are for me are the big changes that I'd like to see for Terry. As I said, I don't really have like anything big. I mean, I think this is also a bit ridiculous. This is pretty pointless as well. You know, this is pointless because using it as a poke is also a risk. You know, you can space it out, but why would I do this? Because that whiffs. You know, I'd use meter. You know, unless you leaving it closer so you can at least space it out. But I think that might be a bit too OP. This is a lot better because I mean it's -5 and you're pretty much out of range. You don't really want to challenge that, you know. So I don't want to really touch that much, but it is useless. This thing, like there's no moment where you're actually ever gonna use that, unless you're gonna do this and then get punished for it. You know, against Geef you can't even do this because it's a free SPD. So, but anywho, that for me is the changes I'd like. You know, I don't have an issue with his DP, to be honest. I think his DP is pretty fine. You know, I don't see a need to do anything about the DP. I see a lot of people talk about the DP, you know, but I think maybe because I've gotten so used to how Terry operates, I finally don't see an issue with the DP. But yeah, anywho, guys, those are my changes for Terry Season 3 that I would like to see. I do think it'll play a big role. I don't really want to change his frame data much because this is already busted. +5 on here on block, +3, +1. I don't really see a need to change his frame data much. So I like the character as is. We just needs a bit more, just small changes, small changes. Much appreciated for tuning in. Catch me next time.